Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. Those of you who doesn't know, my name is Alcana. How you guys are doing today? I'm doing fine. If you guys see I'm all like giggling today, I don't know. That's how I've been all day, like laughing. Okay. I must be extra happy for something. I don't know what. Okay, so today I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about how I was when I was pregnant. For those of you who doesn't know, who's watching my video for the first time, I am a mom of a 3-year-old. So today my video is going to be focusing on some of my journey during my pregnancy. So I'm going to start by like the first trimester. Hopefully I'm saying that word correctly. If you guys see, I'm laughing also because my boyfriend's kind of in the background. It's kind of, I'm not too comfortable like kind of recording with someone else in the room, but this, forget about that. Anyway, so my first trimester, things were basically, I don't like to say the word normal, but there was as you would expect it, you know, the whole morning sickness thing. I don't know why they call it morning sickness because I feel like, I mean, it's happening pretty much anytime during the day, at least for me, but people call it morning sickness. I was like usually nauseous. I was very, very tired. I was very, very sleepy during that time. In this video, I'm not gonna focus so much on when I found out I was pregnant because I did a previous video basically of me talking about how I found out I was pregnant. So today I'm not gonna focus on that. I am gonna focus more on like the journey of the actual pregnancy a little bit. So the first trimester, everything was like that. I was very tired. I couldn't really keep anything down. I was still trying to figure out what I could eat, what I couldn't eat. That was a journey, and also, as I was a student at that time, so there was like a lot of decisions that I needed to make. So I decided to, you know, put my education on hold while I was pregnant because I thought that might be the best for me and my child. I felt like it was gonna be too much, you know, to be going through my pregnancy with someone, you know, with a disability. I didn't know how the pregnancy was gonna be, so I decided that to pretty much put my education on hold until I had the baby. So that's what I did. I got letters from my OB/GYN, from my doctor saying basically I was gonna be home. I was gonna take the semester off for a year. I don't know how long it would have took me, but basically I let the school know that I wasn't gonna be going to school. At the time I was getting therapy. I started thinking about, can I get physical and occupational therapy? Would that affect the baby of any way? Just so that you guys know, in the beginning I was still able to do occupational therapy. It didn't make much of a difference, so I was doing that until I was farther along in the pregnancy and I was too exhausted, so I couldn't do that. But I'll get into that later. I had to figure out a doctor. I figured in the beginning, actually, I chose to go to a hospital that I thought would have been the best in case, you know, I become high risk. So I chose in a hospital. I live in Florida, so those of you might know it as Jackson Memorial. But if you're not from Florida, you wouldn't know. So I chose them, and I decided to start going to the high-risk clinic. Actually, when I called to make the initial appointment, they sent me to one of, because Jackson is such like a big hospital, big system, they have many clinics. So I went to one of the little mini clinics, and then when I was 4 months pregnant, that's when I decided to go to the big hospital today, high risk clinic there. So for the first trimester, like I said, I was sick, I was nauseous, but some days I wake up, I was fine, I was able to go on with my day without having any complication. But I was excited that I don't want you guys to know that I wasn't happy. I was happy to be a mom, but I was also scared because I didn't know what to expect of being a mom. I didn't know if my baby was gonna be okay. I didn't know if I could carry him full terms. There was a lot of unknown for me. So even though part of me was happy, but part of me was kind of scared at the same time, which I think this is the first time like I'm actually saying this out loud, like I was scared, because that is something I never shared with other people, because I didn't want other people to know that I was scared. But I was scared, not only for me, but especially for my baby. I really wanted my baby to come out, you know, I don't want to say perfect, but I wanted him to be, you know, to be okay, to have all his fingers and toes, to be able to see, to be able to walk. I didn't want him to experience any type of disability or condition or sick. Not that I'm not happy with my disability or I would love my son any less. I mean, I would love my son regardless, whatever. You know, whatever God gives me is what God gives me. But I really didn't want that for my child. I wanted the best, you know, the best for him. And so I started worrying about those things like, oh my God, what if, you know, I'd be scared? What if I do that? That's probably one of the reasons why I don't have pictures. Like, I don't have any pictures, you guys, at all of my pregnancy, because I didn't want to take photos and then my son didn't make it or I miscarried, and I would have these pictures to look at as a memory. I don't know if I would be able to go through with something like that, so I didn't take pictures of myself when I was pregnant at all. If there's a picture of me somewhere, it must have been like my partner took it without my knowledge, which I doubted that he did that. He was with me the whole time. And also, if you guys are watching, if you are someone with a disability, I am not doing this video to discourage you from being a mom. I think being a mother is one of the greatest gifts, one of the greatest joy, to watch someone you bring into the world grow up to, grow up to be who they are and their personality. Like, when I see my son, even now that he's 3, you know, I can't believe that I'm his mom. Like, I was able to be a mom. Like, I was able to do that. So I'm not discouraging you guys, but I would say that, you know, that decision should not be taken lightly. It is a lifetime of, you know, commitment that you're making to another human being as being someone's mom. I would also say, like, before you decide to want to become pregnant or be a mom, I would say to speak with your doctors. You know, speak with your doctor, have a conversation, discuss, you know, your diagnosis with your doctor, and talk to them and have a dialogue. Like, talk to your partner, making sure that that is something, you know, that your partner wants to do, like with you, that journey of having a child with disability. Oh my God, I'm sorry, like being a person with disability, you know, being a mom, like making sure that you and your partner is on the same page. Like, he wants to have a child as much as you want to have a child. And I'm going to say this, like, get as much as support as you can get. Like, as many as people you have to support you, the better it is. Oh my goodness, it's raining. I'm very sorry for the noise. So get as much support as you can, and use those support. Okay, as that being said, when I started to go into, after my first trimester, almost towards the end of my first trimester, I started to get sick, really, really sick. So now I started to have pain. I started to have like muscle spasms. I started to have my tremors with my cerebral palsy, all of that during my pregnancy. So that's that. And then when that started happening, the doctor started talking to me about medication. I really didn't want to take any medication because I didn't want to take a medication that was going to hurt my son. So there was a lot of medication that I refused to take. I didn't take. And so that meant that I went through with a lot of pain. When we got to my second trimester, I remember my doctor like, yeah, we made it, clapping and laughing that I got through that. And then once we got through that, things started escalating, going downhill, if you say. By then, I just continued to just keep having the pain. I started to experience what you call like early labor pain. We had to constantly, I think like I was in and out of emergency room. But I said during that time probably was like there 3-4 times. At the emergency room, and at the hospital where I was going, they had a specific emergency room for pregnant women only. So I was in and out of there. And then once that happened, the doctor pretty much advised us to start coming in for ultrasound like 2 times a week. So I was going there to get an ultrasound twice a week to just see how the baby was doing, if the baby was growing, how everything was going, because I couldn't keep, basically, you guys, sometimes I would drink water and I would just throw up. And the vomiting and the nausea wouldn't stop. Like, it would get so bad where, like, I would begin to, like, the vomiting would be like blood, because once you start vomiting and you don't have anything else to vomit, it was just a mess. It was kind of like a nightmare, but I just kept praying and hoping that my baby was okay. And the only things I think that kept me through is my baby was very active. He was moving all the time, so I knew as long as he was moving that he was alive, that he was there, that he was okay. So I remember my doctor having a discussion with me about him not growing at the second trimester. They're like, he's not getting any bigger, he's not growing. And then I was concerned. I started to be very concerned. I tried to eat, I tried to keep things down, the little bit that I could keep down, but I was still like, there were nights that I would cry before I go to sleep. Like, I would literally cry, like, oh my God, what if my baby's not okay? What am I gonna do? But I still try to put a smile on my face. I still went to the doctors. I still kept pushing, but deep inside, like, I was terrified. And I know my mother, my family was terrified for me. They just didn't show it, like they kept it to themselves, pretty much. Which, in a way, I know that they did it, just to support me, because if I saw that, I probably would, like, be breaking down. So I thank them for doing it. Also, I am so, so grateful for my family, because I don't think, if it wasn't for my family and their support, I don't think that I would have my son. I don't think my son would be here today. So that being said, I mean, I took just a couple of tests. Like, I did so many tests. Like, when I was pregnant, it was crazy. They were checking it for everything. They were checking for spina bifida. They were checking for Down syndrome. They were telling me that the test came out positive for this and come out positive for that. But thank God that nothing that they said was not what God said. So that was not God's plan. So my son wasn't born with any of those disabilities, any of those spina bifida. I really didn't think it was that, because my son was moving, he was kicking. I didn't think, if he was doing all of that, like, how would he like have an issue with the spine? Also with the Down syndrome, there's a test that they wanted you to do, like, I believe, like, oh God, I can't think of the name right now, but where they would like, it goes like kind of like through your belly button, it would leave a little hole in your belly, and if the hole doesn't close, it might be scary. Then I denied to take that test. I did not want to take that test. I was not gonna take it. I refused it. I said, no, I'm not doing it. My son is fine. Because I believe in my heart that my son was fine. So that was that. And also, like, another thing, like, I wanted to talk to you guys about. I feel like in the beginning of my pregnancy, like, I wasn't really, like, in the very beginning when I find out, like, I feel like I wasn't being believed, like, because I was in a wheelchair. I feel like a lot of time, like, what I was saying, like, nobody wasn't really listening to me, like, and then that's why I have to, like, find a doctor. Because if you go into a doctor and you feel like they're not really listening to you, and, because that's your body. You know your body. Nobody else knows your body but you. So if someone is not listening to you, like they're not listening to your concern, you need to go find another doctor. Like, you need to go find someone that's going to listen to you, that's going to be there for you, your beliefs. I feel like also, like, I had so many tests done, like, so many, to make sure my baby was okay and all of that. And I feel like for women who's not disabled, like, I feel like they go through that much test, that they ask them as much question that they ask me about, like, my family background, like genetic testing and all this testing. I feel like that should not only be done for, like, people they consider high risk, but also I feel like some tests should be done, like, in general, like, but I feel like because I was, the same one was kind of like, they thought that everything would be wrong with my child, just because, like, I feel like I was, like, kind of, like, picked on, like, oh my God, we need to run all this test on her, like some kind of laugh, like a math wag, like someone that you keep testing on and testing and checking and become some kind of research project sort of thing. Sometimes I feel like I was like a research project for them to just test out things that they wanted to see or they wanted to know about. So, but I did, like, also something I wanted to mention, like, I didn't do any social media when I was pregnant. I didn't post anything on Facebook. I didn't tell anybody. If you didn't live in my house and you were not, like, a close family member, I did not tell you I was pregnant. Even if you were calling me on the phone, you would not know about it, because, like I said, I didn't want to go through, if something miscarried or something would have happened. I didn't want to keep talking about it. And also, I know that people are not very nice. Some people are, I mean, you guys are were supporting my YouTube channel, who are watching me. I know you guys are supporting me, and you guys are so kind. But not everyone is like that. And at that moment, I don't think I could handle people negativity and their comments and what they had to say, because I was at a low point of my life where I don't feel like I could take that. So I decided that my mom also, she didn't really want me to post anything online and be talking about my pregnancy. And also, like, in my culture as a Haitian, like, we don't really brag about pregnancy. When we're pregnant, we just leave everything until you have the baby. I guess it's kind of like superstitious, I guess. Like, they think that if you buying baby clothes too early, or you name the baby, or something will happen, or stuff like that. So she really didn't want to. And at the time, my mom was like my biggest support, and my mom was there, like, she was concerned, she was worried, but also she also was like the person making sure I eat right and I slept well and I took care of myself as much as my sister did. So they made sure I eat what I was supposed to do. I was not really allowed, like, when I was pregnant, like, in my house, like, I basically had to eat healthy. There was like no such like fast food, like sodas and drinks and all of that. That was a no. So that was that. But I did get to go the moments that I was not sick. That, like, once I reached like November, I believe I went to Black Friday to go shopping with my son and his dad to go buy baby clothes. Not that I don't. Did we buy baby clothes that day? We bought the stroller, bought the car seat. We bought like things like playpen to put the baby, the playpen that comes with like the changing table and stuff like that. We bought the little bathtub to put the baby in to take him a bath, I believe. We bought the baby bag that looks like a backpack. What else did we buy that day? Let me see. I think that's basically what we bought that day, because around December we bought that machine that makes the baby formula. Like, it pretty much looked like a coffee machine that you plugged it up and then you put the bottle under it and it makes the formula for you. Pretty much it makes the baby bottle. It stays plugged up, it warm up the water for you. You can set it to like how many ounces that the baby was supposed to be drinking. Stuff like that. I was able to do that, which I like. I wanted to be a part of that. I wanted to be able to like buy my baby clothes. I wanted to participate in that I did, because I love shopping. So I did bought the clothes, but there were some things that I didn't get a chance to buy, because like I said, but by the time I was at my second trimester, like, I was already sick and I was basically in bed all the time. So there's a lot of things also my sister bought. There's a lot of clothes that my sister bought. She was the one that made the nursery. She put the crib up. She was really, really a big help. She bought the baby bottles. She pretty much did all of that. That's basically how it went. Being pregnant and with cerebral palsy was a challenge for me. But that being said, if I had to do it again, like, I would do it again. My son is the best thing and the greatest thing I could ask for. Being a mom is also something that I did, and I feel like, I feel like I was a part of. Like, that's something that every woman is doing, and I was able to do it. I'm happy That being said, though, in the beginning, like, I had my heart set on having a girl. Like, I always wanted a baby girl, but that's not what God planned for me. I was a little disappointed when I found out that I'm not gonna have a girl, but to be honest, once after a week or two, I was already over it. I was just happy that my son, that I was gonna have a child. But after now that I have my son, to be honest, if I had another child, I wouldn't care if it's a boy or girl or whatever. I'm just happy to have a child. But that's not gonna happen. Because I decided to not have no more children based on what I went through. I'd rather watch my son grow up and see him, successful in his life instead of trying to bring another child and getting sick or God forbid even passed away. I don't want my son to go without his mom, so I decided to not have no more children. So I did have my tube tied. So if you guys want to know about that, let me know down in the description box. Like, if you wanted to know about that, was a very, very, very difficult decision to make, and it will be kind of like a hard video to talk about, but I can do it if you guys want me to. I hope you guys are having a lovely day. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your week or your weekend. Have fun. Bye.